NBA players who need a trade. With NBA free agency basically wrapped up, most teams are more or less done making big moves before next season. We do still have lingering trade rumors surrounding stars such as Kevin Durant, Donovan Mitchell, and Russell Westbrook. However, as each day passes, it's looking less likely we see a massive trade go down anytime soon. There are still some smaller name players in need of a trade though. Most of these players are aging veterans on tanking teams that could still play a valuable role on a contender. Some are young guys that could benefit from a trade to a team that will give them the opportunity to develop. Either way, it might be time for teams to try and snag one of the following players via trade before training camp starts. Want to know about it in detail? Well, stay tuned till the end. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will talk about NBA players who need a trade. Meanwhile, subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon. That being done, let's start. Number 1. Buddy Hield, Indiana Pacers. Buddy Hield has been in trade rumors for a while, as every team can cause more shooting. But it's worth noting just how prolific of a shooter Hield really is. Hield currently has the record for most made threes by an NBA player over their first 6 NBA seasons with 1,417 made threes. This beats out the likes of Klay Thompson, Damian Lillard, and Stephen Curry, who round out the top 4. Yet, Hield has still never made the playoffs, as he's always played on the teams with low expectations. In fact, he currently has the most regular season games played without making the playoffs among active players at 468 games played. It's time for his playoff drought to end. Number 2. Obi Toppin, New York Knicks. Obi Toppin looked like a very safe draft prospect coming out of Dayton in 2020, as an athletic, efficient, versatile scoring forward. He had a great all-around sophomore season in college, putting up averages of 20 points per game, 7.5 rebounds per game, 2.2 assists per game, 1 steal per game, and 1.2 blocks per game on a very impressive 63.3, 39.0, 70.2 shooting split. But unfortunately for Toppin, he was drafted 8th overall pick to the New York Knicks, who have a head coach in Tom Thibodeau, who didn't like to play young guys. Toppin averaged just 11 minutes per game as a rookie and 17.1 minutes per game as a sophomore for the Knicks. It doesn't look like he's going to be getting big minutes anytime soon either, as he's still stuck behind Julius Randle on the Knicks' depth chart entering year 3. Despite still being on a rookie scale contract, Toppin is also already 24, so he's ready for a real opportunity. Number 3. Coby White, Chicago Bulls. Since being drafted 7th overall pick in 2019, Coby White has proven he can be a spark plug scoring guard off the bench for the Chicago Bulls. His career averages of 13.7 points per game and 3.5 assists per game on 41.3% shooting from the field and 36.5% shooting from deep don't jump off the page. But White is still only 22 and can give an offensive boost to a contender that needs an extra guard. Unfortunately for White, that team doesn't look like the Bulls. The Bulls are already loaded in the backcourt, with players such as Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, Alex Caruso, and Ayo Dosunmu. Most of these players have proven to be much better defenders than White. Plus, the Bulls just signed veteran point guard Goran Dragic in free agency. Number 4. Jakob Poeltl, San Antonio Spurs. The San Antonio Spurs surprised everyone by trading away all-star guard DeJounte Murray for picks earlier this offseason. They made it very clear that they want to tank and enter the Victory Wembanyama sweepstakes. As a result, their young roster that had potential has now become arguably the worst roster in the entire league. The Spurs currently have no star or young player who has flushed true star upside yet. Soon-to-be 27-year-old starting center Jakob Poeltl is already one of the oldest players on their roster. Given the new direction of the franchise, he should be the next player on his way out of San Antonio. Number 5. Eric Gordon, Houston Rockets. Eric Gordon is currently entering his 15th season and will be turning 34 in December. He's already proven throughout his career that he can be a nice, complementary guard scorer and shooter with career averages of 16.4 points per game, on 42.8% shooting from the field and 37.1% shooting percent from the deep. However, injuries have been slowing him down lately, as he's only averaged 40 games played over the last 3 seasons. With the right load management, Gordon can still play a valuable role on a contender, but he probably doesn't have much time left. Luckily, Gordon only has 1 year, $19.6 million of guaranteed money left on his contract. He isn't too risky for contenders to take a chance on, even with his extensive injury history. So Gordon should be doing everything he can to get off a rebuilding Houston Rockets team that is currently coming off the worst record in the league last season at 20-62. Number 6. Miles Turner, Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner is another player who seems like he's been in trade rumors forever. Back when the Pacers still had Domantas Sabonis, the narrative was that the Pacers would have to choose between Sabonis and Turner. However, even after Sabonis was traded to the Sacramento Kings, Turner has still found himself in the trade talks. This is a bit surprising, considering Turner is only 26 and statistically the best shot blocker in the league. Since the 2016-17 season, Turner leads the league in blocks per game at 2.4, including a ridiculous 3.4 blocks per game in the 2020-2021 season. He's also proven to be a respectable shooter for a big man with a career 34.9 3-point shooting percentage. Yes, he still needs to improve his post defense outside of shot blocking and expand his offensive game. But there should still be a team that has an interest in his skill set. He has also become an extremely tradable 1 year with $17.5 million of guaranteed money left on his deal. So Turner should be very eager to find a team that truly values him, especially after the Pacers gave DeAndre Ayton a max offer sheet to try and replace him earlier this offseason. Number 7. Duncan Robinson, Miami Heat. Duncan Robinson was arguably the best shooter in the league during the 2019-20 season for the Miami Heat. He shot a ridiculous 44.6% from 3 on a very high volume of 8.3 attempts per game. He was getting 29.7 minutes per game that season, as well as 28.6 minutes per game in the playoffs. His great shooting and size for a shooter at 6'7" led him to sign a 5-year $90 million contract last offseason. But unfortunately for Robinson, averaging just 12.2 minutes per game, the main reason was the emergence of Max Strus, who offered a similar skill set to the Heat, but was more productive on the defensive end. Now Robinson could still bounce back for the Heat. The 4 years, $64.4 million of guaranteed money remaining on his contract might also be difficult to trade. But Robinson should still be hoping for a trade to a team that is more in need of his 3-point shooting ability. 8 to 11. Utah Jazz key veterans. Patrick Beverley, Bojan Bogdanovic, Jordan Clarkson, Mike Conley. The Utah Jazz are another team that has made it clear that they want to enter the tank race for Wembanyama. They already traded away their star defensive center, Rudy Gobert, for picks and spare pieces. Now they are shopping their young star, shooting guard in Mitchell. So naturally, all of the Jazz's key veteran role players should be looking to jump ship. This includes 34-year-old Patrick Beverley, who has proven many times he can be an energizer and instigator for playoff teams. It also includes 33-year-old Bojan Bogdanovic, a very reliable scoring and 3-point shooting forward with good size, 6'7". Bogdanovic put up very strong averages of 18.1 points per game, on 45.5% shooting from the field and 38.7% shooting from deep last season. So he could still easily be a reliable 3rd or 4th scoring option on a contender. 30-year-old former 6th Man of the Year winner Jordan Clarkson could use a new team as well. Clarkson's scoring, 16 points per game last season, would give any contender a nice offensive boost off the bench. All 3 of these players are on expiring contracts, with $13 to $20 million in guaranteed money left on their deals, so it really shouldn't be too hard for teams to acquire them. Unfortunately, the same can't be said for aging star Mike Conley, who is turning 35 in October. Showing signs of decline and still has 2 years, $37 million of guaranteed money left on his contract, it might be a bit harder to convince teams to take back the remainder of his contract in a deal. Nonetheless, Conley should still be hoping to find a new home along with the Jazz's other key veterans. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments down below. And that's all for today, guys. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to never miss an update from us. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.